Welcome along, guys. It is Column, it is Suzuka, and it is, of course, Supercharged Motorsports 2.4 hour endurance series. We're going straight into the race tonight, guys. So pole position goes to Ryan O'Sullivan, Chris Teders in P2. We've got Wilson Fernandez in P3, Dominic East in P4, Jay Pooley in P5, Mysteries in P6, Gary's in P7, Paolo's in P8, Pool is in P9, Beasters in P10. Then we have Esposito in P11, Oliver Anderson in fucking Slow in P12. Then Oliver Anderson in P13, Aaron Holloway in P14, Usmanov is in P15. Then we have P. Barta in P16, Fabrizio in P17, King in 18, Adam Friday in 19th, and then Stefan Kohler in 20th. Is this older? Fuck knows what I have it up as, but it's a race in Suzuka, anyway. But let's have a quick nose through deliveries, as we should always do. Really quick though. Bum bum bum. Excuse me. I swear I wasn't Russian coming from playing PUBG. I swear that wasn't the case. So that's Ryan's car, Chris Tedder's car, Wilson's car, Dominic's car, Pool's car. Then it's Mysteries. No mystery there. Then we have Gary Smith, Paolo, Dan Pool, Mr. Beasters. Then we've Esposito, fucking Slow, the greatest livery of all time. Myself and Oliver's Buzzing Hornets. And he's actually, look at that. He has this thing jumping for us. He's on hydraulics here. Low and slow. That's Kota, is it? Nice one. Then we have the Williams Beamer's back. Jeez, I haven't seen that one in a while. Interesting. Is he trying to do it? No. Oliver, you're the only one to do hydraulics, but we're going to get into the racing, guys. Around Suzuka. Now, you can take the Latifi line if you want, and then, I don't know, blame somebody else. It's also a very good strategy if people want to try that one. So let's see how we get on. Do, do, do. Right. So let's jump on back to the front. Tedder in P2. I knew he was going to be strong here today. Ricky Pumpkin, Hockenheim really changed since I last seen it. Mate, I can say about another 5 different tracks if you want. It really has changed though, Ricky, hasn't it? So we're coming down to the main straight. And for the next 2.5 hours, it's going to be some fun. And here we go. Can Tedder finally get a race win under his belt here? Can Ryan O'Sullivan? Can Dominic Geese show them why he is known as the hero? As we're about to go to green lights. And he's second today. And away we go. Lights out, and Oliver Anderson is a hooer. So Sullivan, though, is getting Tedder right up ahead of him there. That was a lovely start by Tedder. So Ryan's going to probably lose another position there. It looks like to Fernandez. Although Ryan's bumping with him, that was a bit cheeky. They've gotten through though, so Ryan's held on to P2 for now. Chris, though, off the bat, though, already pulling out a bit of a gap there. I wonder will they take the Latifi line here. Beesters and Anderson. Anderson's after gaining a position there off the start. I know Holloway had a bit of a mare, but is back going, made up a position there. And on Friday, going, oh, Fabrizio's had a moment. Let's go back and have a look here. He's representing Batek in the Beamers tonight, flashing the lights. And then he left, got no room left for him, but then again, he probably could have backed out of that one. So that's half a dozen to one, half a dozen to the other. I would have backed out there knowing that that corner, you're not going to get a proper move done there. The Battle of the Lambos. So it's hard to believe it's Snetterton, actually. As we're going around, Chris Tedder's already 1.1 seconds clear of Ryan O'Sullivan, and Sullivan's about a second cleared out of Fernandez. Aaron Holloway there were part of it as well. And just enjoying that I was for a minute there. And basically with this here as well, you're going to see people still racing a bit, but it's going to settle down though. And it's already kind of breaking out into two groups, well, three groups should I say at the minute. So you've got Tedder, O'Sullivan and Fernandez. But then again, Dominic East is after pulling back that gap, so it's one massive group all the way down to Kohler, down to P17. It's less than a second between all drivers. So this will be very, very good. And I can see Beester's there and Anderson are hard at it. Oliver Anderson, of course, is no... Oh, Oliver's even got it wrong there as well. He's followed him off. That's so easy to follow the other driver if they're making a mistake when you're following and racing that hard as well. Oh, go on, Oliver. Oliver and fucking slow. Fucking Slow's not being too slow there. Oliver's got a good exit out, but fucking Slow did as well. Although Oliver now looks like he's going to swallow fucking Slow, as Oliver does like to swallow a bit of fucking Slow. Although fucking Slow, that Beamer in the straight line's an absolute beast. Oh, Oliver gets tipped by Paolo, and that's Oliver gone for a little spin into the wall. Can't park there, mate. That's unfortunate, mate. That is unfortunate. But, what do you say there? I can smell a 10-second penalty there. So, interesting. Right, moving back up here, you've got Tedder 1.3 seconds clear of O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan then has 4.4 of a second to Fernandez, half a second back to Dominic Geese. Then it's 1.1 seconds back to Mystery now, who's overtaking Pooley. Pooley gets the better line out of the corner. Mystery, though, seems to be out-dragging him so far. Although not anymore. The Fezza is finally getting ahead. He's going to have the better line here. Mystery, though, is going to try and hang around the outside. How about that? Gary Smith right with him there as well. Mystery still going for Mystery. Should have a better exit here now. He was able to carry more, but then again, the straight line speed of that Ferrari might have a part to play here. No. JS in the Porker is doing a great job. Didn't expect that there. And look at Gary now is thinking about the move. I'll go to Gary's YouTube page after uploading a very interesting one. If away with the drift. Let's do a replay of that. Let's do a replay. I done something similar. Could have been in the Macca or was it in the Beamer? I can't remember. Oh, lovely. Holds it beautifully. Keeps it going. It's like he done that on purpose just to show about. Nice one, Aaron. Nice one. The Dominic Geese and the Ferrari. He should be driving the Mercedes. Oh, Dominic giving a bit of a kiss in the beer there. Thought you only kept those for Oliver. Back to Anum, looking for a way, but oh, it can happen. The best of us, yeah. Start following the other driver when you react to it. Usmanov's off as well there. It looks like Aaron Holloway had a bit of a moment. Let's go back here 15 seconds to see what happened. Aaron got too hot. Yeah, Aaron got too hot. Aaron knows because he's a steward. That's a 5-star 10-second penalty. Because he's handed it back, it'll probably be a 5. Smart thinking by Aaron. And he lost less than 5 seconds doing the right thing. I'm with Mr. Esposito here. Running in P9 at the minute. Although Dominic East, though, is right on the rear of Fernandez. He's going to go on the inside. And that is a lovely move there from Dominic. He can now control that corner. Oh my god. Just about to say he can now control that corner. But no. Evidently not. Back on with Aaron Holloway after his little bit of moment of madness. He just needs to get his head back into it now and push forward. Which I'm sure he will do. Grand, so that's Aaron getting moving up onwards there. Gonna jump on Usmanov there. Pedro Barta, Marco Esposito, Paolo Tempera, Jason Puglia, of course, there. JS Mystery just ahead. And Ryan O'Sullivan is keeping Tedder very honest there. Ryan was, of course, the pole sitter, but Tedder so far, they're lapping very, very close. To be honest with you, Fernandez lapping on kind of on par with the guys here as well. Nobody else. Although last lap, Dominic East, fastest lap of the race at 2:05.12. But Dominic now has lost out on quite at least 10 seconds, I'd say, at this stage. So that's unlucky for him. But he done the right thing, getting on the brakes, staying on the brakes, letting the cars go by. That's how you're meant to do it. But that's just a really, really unlucky one, to be fair. These things happen. So Ryan is still doing a great job there. Esposito racing with Paolo Tempera, with Gary right behind. So two Lamborghinis trying to put the pressure on the Ferrari there. And Aaron's now back putting the pressure on Usmanov. He's doing a good job, to be fair. Gets a little bit, you can see the squirted car is just not as planted as he wants. Oliver Anderson has served one of his pit stops already. I think that's to fix the damage that he'd received. It's one of my proud creations. I really love that car. It's a thing of beauty there. Go on the Oliver. And then this man, of course, leading the race at the minute. He likes to be called Christoph Tedder. Some say he was the man who wrote the song Lady in Red. Some say the lady was actually Gary Smith in a red dress. These are conspiracies. Ricky DC is playing CS2. Probably should turn notifications off, but meh. That was a lovely, lovely drive there to 130R. Chris really using those curves well. You can see the movement in the suspension. The car kind of bottoms out a bit there. No, Chris, you're doing a good job, bro. Back on Fernandez there, and the other McLaren still sitting around there. Jason Pooley with Mystery. Esposito has lost out to Paolo Tempera. We missed that one. And Mr. Dan Poole is looking to get involved now as well. Adam Fridays just had a big, big, big moment there. Let's go back and see what happened there. Tip too much of the curb. Yep. He's literally just a passenger. Wow. These things happen. On with Patrick Beester's here now. Just waiting there for a bit more to happen. Okay, Esposito. What can you do with Paolo? T King as well, so Troy King. We know Troy from... Oh, Troy, I didn't realise you were one of those. But Chris Tedder as well. Still on with him, but every time he drives, all he thinks in his head is...
Oh, Donnie!
He's a bit mad like that, to be fair. So, Chris is actually genuinely doing a good job there. So the two Hondas are in 20th and 19th at the minute. Io Basis, what is the crack with you, man?
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Indeed, that is correct. Go back on with King here now as he's looking for a move in Holloway.
Finish him.
That's what we want to see. Hi Todd, what's the crack? How are you getting on? Esposito is still there with Tempera. Yeah, he's gonna find it hard to get by in the same kind of car. Seven-day week comes in 2 weeks. Oh god. Yeah, grand. I nearly missed the start of the race because I was playing PUBG. But we made it and we're here. And we're on. And you missed Dominic, unfortunately. Got a little bit of murder when he went into third position. And is now down in 12th. So for Dominic, I do feel bad. But Dominic loves a good L challenge.
That's what she said.
So let's see what Dominic can do. Do you reckon it's your favourite track? It is an amazing track, like. In any kind of race series. I love them though in single seaters. Single seaters all day long. Yeah, I know. I need to get my head back into racing now. Like, I've been playing PUBG literally all the time for the last 2 weeks now, I think. Anytime I've been actually playing, it's been PUBG between editing and other bits and bobs. Dominic, though, going for the move on fucking slow. Oh, fucking slow lets him by. Fucking slow, aka Treble. AKA owner of a League Full of Idiots. Well done, Dominic. Well done. Esposito, though, is quite closer now to Tempera. So let's see what he can do. Can he get by Paolo? That is the question. It's much of a muchness with them. They're in the same machinery. Oh, really? Congratulations, Todd. I didn't realise you won. Nice one. That's a pity you aren't racing here today, then you might have made it 2 for 2. Well done, though. Nice to see it. I may unsign from that because I've not raced in it in ages, and my sim grid rating's gone to shite altogether because of my attendance is now at 50% because I haven't raced in it in weeks. So I need to fix that. So yeah, I don't think these are going to get much more of a battle going at the minute. Though Tempera is catching Gary. On board now with Gary Smith here. 17% here, cringe. Oh man, it's horrible. Why, what is that, 100%? Ah, absolutely, mate. You look, your tests and all that comes first, mate. It's different if it was an esports race, then you'd be kind of thinking, right. That's the view from Gary's rear wing. He's doing a good job, is Gary. He's pulled back out a bit there as well. Fernandez, though, is catching Ryan O'Sullivan, which is very interesting. Mate, up to yourself. You're more than welcome to come in and talk away and tell the people all about what you're up to. By all means. Are you racing in F1 tonight, are you? Or are you doing an F1 stream? What's there going on? No. So Paolo is down, or Pedro, sorry, is down in P14. Aaron Holloway's in P15. Leonidus Chatsaganius, how are you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you, mate. How's life? Hope you're keeping well. Aces, yeah, in real life, mates all got F1, so... Ah, nice one. You're dead right, mate. F1's a game... What story? Yeah, F1's a game that I struggled to try and adapt to because it's so arcadey.
Oh, I found that as well, but I just found it quite really good with career modes and stuff as well.
Okay. Sure, look, it is... For me, it's the feeling of the car. I just don't feel like I'm connected to it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean with that.
It's a weird one. But the game itself looks very enjoyable aesthetically. Oh, Pedro Barta's after having a nice tap at that wall there and has absolutely mangled the front of his McLaren. Although he's after putting himself in the pits. I think he's just after quitting from the race.
Only 20 minutes in as well. That's quite unfortunate for him. But he might try to recover, possibly.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say it any other race. Shit happens. You get on with it. Ah, you couldn't race there. That's no bother. So look, whenever you can race, you're more than welcome to race. So Pedro grabbed the lead at the start of the race and has stayed there. He's now 2.8 seconds clear of Ryan O'Sullivan. Will I share my screen with you to make life easier?
That would be cool.
Well, I don't know if I'm cool, but I'll be nice to you.
You're cool.
I'm down with the kids and all that.
Okay, yeah, don't say that.
Yeah, no, that actually sounded way
Sounds a bit
worse.
dodgy.
Yeah, it sounded way worse than what's meant. I'm with Patrick Beester's here, who is fighting with Dominic East. Dominic East got a lovely move done into turn 1 for P3, and unfortunately then whoever was in P3 tried to cut back across and sent Dominic for a little trip into the grass.
I'll be
And
honest, I'm so rusty. I haven't done anything this entire week.
well, it's nice to have those kind of days off and that as well, though.
Yeah, well, not next week, 2 weeks. I've got 7 days of commentary work paid, so...
Nice.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
Should be fun. I've got
Sure.
2 days off school as well, so it's gonna help.
Nice one. Well, sure, look, it's all about just enjoying it as well. Don't let it become too much of a chore. Always make sure to enjoy it.
That's exactly why I took the 2 weeks off. Yeah, definitely been a good idea to do that.
Yeah, 100%. O'Hara Holloway's getting the flashes on. Haven't seen this livery since season 1, I think it was. Would you tell that was a car that had a livery kind of celebrating Williams, would you?
And, I would actually think it's a McLaren livery, actually, if you didn't say that.
Yeah, I actually would have think of the Red Bull myself.
Yeah, I'd actually think that was at the front of the grid.
Yeah. Some say it's actually really Max Verstappen driving and not Aaron.
Some say it's actually not a BMW and it's actually a Red Bull.
Some say that might even be a Ferrari. Who knows?
Some say it might be in the wall in the next 2 minutes. Who knows?
Some say he's already been. He grand. Yeah, at the minute, some okay racing to be fair. Waiting for it to kind of develop, but it's, you know yourself with the 2.4s and it's not a 50 car grid. It's just going to wait until the last 40 minutes before you'll see it.
Oh yeah, exactly that.
So it is what it is. It is what it is. 2 Hondas last, which makes me sad. Oliver Anderson got a little bit of persuasion into a wall and he's already had to pity like nearly a minute's worth of damage.
As you say, stuff does happen, and hopefully he can actually start to improve in the grid orders once again. But still,
I didn't say
2.5
stuff happens
hours.
though.
Yeah. But I need to try to keep PG, otherwise I'm going to lose a load of positions and commentary.
But you won't if it's on my stream.
Yeah, but then I'm going to get into that habit.
What happened?
You should have seen my first ever streams. I was doing it all over the place.
Anytime I'm doing it for other leagues, it's hilarious because I have to be all nice and polite. Here I can just be myself. Around.
It's a bad habit for me if I do that, because I'll just keep doing it.
Ah, no, honestly, you don't. That's the one thing I do notice. Like I'll say fuck here, or cunt there, whatever like that here. But then when I go into another stream, I just stay polite. Like I wouldn't be able to talk about Dominic Geese in other leagues the way I do here. Oh, and on Friday's had a
What's your
moment.
opinion on Dominic East then?
So let's just say he's the kind of guy who likes to oppress people.
Specify.
Oh, he just got the break in too late. So basically, he wanted to oppress me and Oliver.
Right.
Ooh, speaking of geese here on the inside, going around Spoon.
That's the inside line. Managed to get the move done just in time there, but might have some sort of retaliation from the 79. But it does seem the 79 did just let him by.
That was absolute excellence. That's Dominic Geese going, look, I'll oppress you, but you'll be impressed with my oppression.
Also, I just want to go back 20 seconds with your words of your choice of words there. Speaking about, how was that anything to do with geese? Please enlighten me with your phrasing.
About him trying to oppress me and Oliver. Because me and Oliver have this movie script, okay? Because Oliver's off there. So we have a movie script. It's based in 1940.
Alright, I don't think we need to hear any more.
Are you sure now?
Enlighten me. Go on, enlighten me.
So it's actually based in Europe in the 1940s.
Oh, really? Is it a
Yeah.
certain place with a G?
No, actually, it's in France.
Oh, sure, that's even worse.
And it has got a relation to Germany as well. Some Germans went on a holiday to France.
I can't with you. Bloody hell.
Do you want me to continue, no?
Fucking predictable, mate.
But they went over for music and film.
Oh, yeah, and then had a dance party with the French government after.
No, I'm trying to think of the Monuments Men's film. I'm trying to describe that. That was actually a mega film. Although you were probably too young to know what the Monuments Men is.
Did you just
even.
say a film?
Film.
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 Please don't tell me you say that normally.
Film, yeah.
God, you Irish, man.
Well, I'm not
Always
fucking.
saying stuff. All of you say stuff weirdly.
Why are you talking about? It's a film. What's your problem?
I don't know. Just like annoying the Irish. Sounds like something I do.
No, Alpha, I was actually talking about the Monuments Men, the film. Because I was messing saying that we had a script done. And we were giving it about Oliver. But the Monuments Men is... Oliver's out of the race. He just wrote done, so that's Oliver out. The Monuments Men is probably one of the best films. Have you ever seen it, actually, genuinely, Alex?
No.
You
I do
need
not
to
have the
watch it.
attention span to watch films.
May. Honestly, I don't know. It probably is kind of factual to a point because it is based on a true story. But nah, it's honestly it's a really really good film. You should definitely watch it. George Clooney's in it. There's some really good actors in it. I think Brad Pitt's in it as well. No, is he in that one? No.
What other
Inglourious
good
Bastards.
films are there?
Inglourious
Give me some
Bastards. I haven't got to do with Quentin Tarantino. Like you can watch Once Upon a Time in America, epic film. Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs. The War of the Buttons is a good old Irish film. Cillian Murphy's in it when he was a kid.
Oh, that makes the film even better.
The film, I should have film about the 33 and a third. Telling you. There are 33 leprechauns and a third there down the road. They're taking me potatoes though. Shall we not have a Guinness and shall we go idly diddly idle about in a big grand?
Oh my god, I didn't know you guys said film.
Oh, no, right. I'm stopping this stream for a minute. Alpha, please tell me how Tarantino's past his prime. That is a big statement because his last few films have been absolute bangers.
I have to agree.
What?
I don't know, I'm just agreeing.
Do not agree with that. Do not agree with that.
Oh shit, no, I didn't say anything.
How has Tarantino passed his prime?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you.
Ah, okay, that's grand. I trust that you made the right decision.
Nazi jokes, so I had to.
No,
quickly
Jesus, no,
reflect
no, no, no.
on that.
No. I'm on about his films.
Yeah, his films are really good, you know.
His films. All right.
Oh.
So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was absolutely brilliant. The Hateful Eight was brilliant. Django Unchained, epic. Inglourious Basterds, epic. Death Proof was actually very, very good. Kill Bill 1 and 2, obviously classics. Jackie Brown's a classic. Pulp Fiction is a classic, as is Reservoir Dogs. Please tell me how.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of those films.
Have you not?
No, I don't think I have.
Dude.
I need to. I'm not good with films.
Ah, right. I get what you're saying about the N-word thing, and I do understand that. But at the same time, he has Samuel L. Jackson and Jamie Foxx, stuff like that. You have to remember that's the language that would have been used at the time, and I'm sure it probably was way worse than what the film had represented it. You were obviously discussing Django Unchained there by saying that. Django Unchained is an absolutely brilliant movie because it actually shows that you know, it's a black superhero as well, so it's actually empowering the black people while actually kind of going on about slavery and that a white man helps make a black slave then become a free man and get slaves and all. Like, that's, if you've never watched Django Unchained, you really should, Alex. It's very good.
I've only just realised I searched up film, and I didn't actually think it was an actual word. I thought you were just being a bit messed up.
No, it's film.
But
Yeah.
Film is a plural for films.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
There you go.
I just thought it was some Irish thing, but you know.
It's just a word. We don't just make up random words. Although, no, we do as well.
You
We
Irish
as well.
do some weird stuff, I'll be honest.
Kill Bill was one film, Paddington 2. Well, no, it was a sequel to the first film. That's how sequels work. Ah, no. Alpha, I really don't agree with you. The actors do not just carry the scripts. The actors are a massive part of it, but also the scripts are rock solid. Because he didn't back down from the likes of the film you're on about with the use of the N-word and that, because it was realistic to the time. So I absolutely stand by Tarantino's work. He's an absolute legend. And Reservoir Dogs was done on a very small budget as well and was awesome. Sorry. I seen your Murder in Turn 1, Oliver, where you did get a bit of murder, if we're honest. We're on now at Ryan, who's down into P3, or Fernandez up in P2. I forgot there's a race going on there, because once I start talking about good movies, I'm like, what? Heather on Friday. Oh, really? Wait, what would be your favorite movie, young kid?
Oh my god. I like The Martian. The Martian's good.
The Martian.
I don't
That's
know if you've watched.
yeah.
The Martian. Because I think that's the only one I actually remember watching in the past. Oh, Gran Turismo was alright. I'm trying to think of other movies that are alright. Oh, again, I'll be honest, I don't watch many films. I don't usually have the attention span for films. Yeah, you can just see how uneducated I am on films.
Hmm. I do like Martin Scorsese as well, but I don't know if you'd be kind of into those kind of movies. I don't know. People watching, these like Martin Scorsese. He would have done like Goodfellas, The Irishman, then obviously likes Casino. He's an absolute legend. They're all kind of mafia related films. And then The Departed as well. I think that was Scorsese, if I remember right. Favorite film of all time? Honestly, Alpha, that's a super hard answer to give. Like, The Departed for me is one of the most rock solid films in terms of script, acting, and everything. To be honest about it, that's one of my, that's them in my top three, I think. Because obviously Jack Nicholson is an absolute he's a legend in it. As is Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg. All brilliant, all brilliant. I think it's very hard to pick your top film. Departed. Obviously, I love The Godfathers. Shawshank is a very good movie, but I think it's too hyped to be number one. Shawshank Redemption is very good. What else? See, I like other films that he's may not like. There was one with Will Smith, which I know a lot of people are like a bit iffy on, but I thought there was a good sentiment in it. It was called Collateral Damage. Genuinely a very good film. It's about, well, I can't really tell you what it's about because I'll give away the whole story, really. It's about a man struggling, basically, after his child died. That's all I'll say about it. But that's a genuinely good film. Did you ever hear of a film called Kubrick's Barry Lyndon? I've never heard of that. Let me look that up. K-U... Kubrick's Barry... It's a 1975 movie.
That's a good 48 years old.
Trying to look it up here. So it's about an Irish rogue that gets into a relationship with a rich widow and cheats his way to the top of the 18th century British society by assuming the identity. Pick one film though, or one movie. Like, if I asked you what was your favorite kind of TV show, and that could be like Netflix or Amazon or that as well, what'd you say is your best show then, Alex?
No, this is where it gets tricky because I do like. I've got such a random show list, right? I really do like the new NASCAR documentary. I know that's not really a show. That's good. I really do like a comedian called Matt Rife's shows. He's really good.
Okay.
Trying to think. Young Sheldon was alright. Hated Big Bang Theory. I don't know why.
Okay.
Just trying to think of other things that I've watched. Again, I just don't watch much TV in general. This is tricky. I'm trying to think now. Thinking is not my strong point.
I have three for my all-time, just to give you a hint. So one of them, 100% is Only Fools and Horses. Second one is Father Ted. And then the third one, I would actually go with Ghost. I really enjoy Ghost. But yeah,
I think I started watching Ghost, but never finished it. I think.
the first season was a bit annoying with all the nudity and shit like that, because like it didn't need that in the story, and I think they progressed a lot better after the first series. But it's very, very good, very good. And that's well written. You can just kind of sit back and watch. Breaking Bad, obviously, as well. Sure, like you could still be thinking.
Yeah, Breaking Bad was good.
Yeah.
I don't. Peaky Blinders was good as well.
Peaky Blinders was absolutely epic. I say I like
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy in his earlier stuff before. Obviously, in that he's just phenomenal. But like I like him in some of the kind of lesser known movies that were kind of Irish funded and whatever as well. They were very good back in the day as well. Now, when Alpha Dogmeat says you'd love it with a lol after it, I'm sure this Kubrick's Barry Lyndon thing might be him taking the piss out of me.
Let's see who's in it. I will quickly research who's in it. Anyone we will actually recognise. Let's go on a Wikipedia page.
Nice.
I'm sure it'll be.
Alpha Dogmeat never seen Breaking Bad. I actually think you'd enjoy that. The first series, or the first series, season 1, it's a bit slow in terms that it's building the storyline. But honestly, Breaking Bad, geez, you can nearly say that is probably the greatest one ever, though. Really, in terms of the actors, the script,
It's
and
so
even the way it ended.
educational.
To make me.
So educational. Yes.
But no, it's honestly, I think that, yeah, it's a very clever program. I think that was the first kind of TV program that really got actors, like Hollywood actors, wanting to do TV again, because he was getting huge money for it as well. But it was just a gripping series as well.
This Barry Lyndon show doesn't have anyone I know, but I'll read them out. To see if you know any of them.
Right, go for it.
Ryan O'Neill.
No clue.
Marissa Berenson.
No clue.
Patrick McGee.
No clue.
2013
Absolutely no notion.
he did Walk in the Enemy.
Don't even know what that is.
Well, I don't know. It's like
I'd say give that one a go. I think Breaking Bad you would enjoy genuinely, Alpha. And it's the kind of one that you'd end up binging.
and then getting a meth garage after.
Ah, no. What else? Do you know what I did like as well? Queen of the South. It was actually a very good program. It was out for a few episodes or a few series. I think there's only 2 or 3 series in that, and it's finished. It was very good.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I hated The Crown. I just didn't like it. I found it
I
boring.
never watched it.
Oh yeah, do yourself a favor, don't.
I wouldn't.
I watched it because I was bored and I was sick. I watched 2 episodes of it. I just found it so boring. It probably doesn't help that I just didn't. I do know most of them, right? I'm not that uneducated. But it just, there's so much backstory behind it that you kind of need to know.
I just
Otherwise it
see.
doesn't make sense.
I just don't have an interest in the monarchies.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
You know,
I'll be
so
honest.
that's the reason why. Like, I've heard from people it's been meant to be really good. People in work have talked about it as well, but I just don't have the interest in the monarchy or that to pay attention, being absolutely honest.
Do you keep resetting your stream or something? Because it keeps going through in the live stream tab in the Discord.
I think the Twitch one keeps updating itself as far as I remember with viewers for some reason. I can turn the option
yeah,
off.
it's just a minute ago.
Yeah. I can change that setting. Oh, as Pooley gets the braking completely wrong. So with the sun going down now, it's actually hard enough in certain parts to actually see where Pooley's into the pits now. Fernandez is right on the back of Tether now.
But it does seem, yeah, I think Fernandez might be able to get past probably the end of this lap, as it seems his pace is just a lot stronger than Chris. I'm sorry, Chris, but it's the truth for today. But we could see, obviously, going into the next pit stop, as I said earlier, his pace could improve. If it's just a tyre issue, it could be.
I'm going to have to look at the Discord. Alpha's after sending me a YouTube clip He just goes, just to distract you more. I'm afraid to open it now.
Wait, hang on. Where's this?
Oh, it's in a PM.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, live streams there is still going. That's Ricky, ERC, and then our own one. What else is happening here? I'm just going to check Discord really quick. Motorsport chat, right, grand. Here's another one. What do you think of Hamilton going to Ferrari?
we saw it coming. Let's be honest.
I honestly
I
didn't.
saw it coming from probably 2021-ish, end of 2021. But I do think it's every driver's dream to at least end their career in Ferrari. We've seen, obviously, Hamilton's, what's his name? Inspiration, Schumacher, obviously ended. He ended in Petronas. But obviously, he started in Ferrari. But I feel like it's every driver's dream, even if they're not doing too well, to drive at one point in Ferrari. I don't think he will be able to get his 8th championship. It would be nice to see him get his 8th championship, but I'll be honest, I don't think he's going to be able to.
Yeah, I don't think he will either, but from behind it, it must make sense from apparently. I'd say the reason why he done it is the fact I think Ferrari are offering something like 400 million to his that Lewis Hamilton, the L44 charity thing, whatever it is that he's doing.
Mission 44.
That's it, yeah. So I think that's exactly what that's about.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, your live stream.
Huh?
If your live stream re-updates one more time in Discord, done it again.
Is it? Oh, it is.
In fact, your stream's not even live for me. Wait, yes, it is live. I'm being.
God knows what's going on with it.
It's just you're wanting a lot more advertisement towards the stream.
Everybody watch.
It's in the stream.
I'm gonna put that in now. Actually, I forgot about Valentine's Day being the 14th.
3 days. Plenty of time.
So I've asked in the nicest way possible. I went, for Valentine's Day, do you want to move it out a week so you can all get your bit? I think it's fair.
I'll find it out. Well, help me on my end if you're not doing this, making me stream on that day. Well, because I'm going camping. I think I know
Oh, nice.
camping in winter. My friends want to go camping next to a lake. That's like this might be the most miserable thing we've ever done.
I love Alfred's answer today. Lewis Hamilton, he said he'd be the only one in the garage who knows what they're doing.
Oh my god!
He's not wrong though. He's not wrong. To be fair about it. So with Tedder in the pits, Ryan O'Sullivan's down in P8. So now we have to see, does Tedder get out ahead of Sullivan or behind? Because O'Sullivan would have gotten to free air. So Tedder is still stopped. Now he's going again. It just be nice and clear, Ryan O'Sullivan. Chased by quite a bit.
You see, it does seem though Chris has came out in P3 for now. We don't see any other cars there going down the straight, but obviously has to try gain back these 2 positions that he lost. Obviously, Dan Paul is scheduled to do his pit stop soon, but same with Fernandez as well. So we'll just have to see if Chris Tedder gets back in the lead as we go into the final hour and... Alright, I failed my maths exam. But last hour and a bit.
Nice. Let's see now how they go. Ollivander was saying there that the Hondas are very hard to drive around there. Not Fran and Friday. Look at this lad.
I've got some news, by the way, on behalf of my new CPU. I have pulled the trigger and I have bought one.
Did you?
Yeah,
It's about time. I'm delighted for you. I'm delighted for you.
thank you very much.
What one did you go with?
The one you sent me, actually.
Nice one. How the
The one
temper?
with the aim for.
The 5800 X3D.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you see the Lamborghini though of I think that's Tempera going a bit. What actually happened there? He just got pit maneuvered there going into the start of the S's.
Yeah.
It seems he got back up and running, but has lost quite a
Ooh.
few positions there.
Fernandez is in the pits.
Fernandez is in the pits indeed, but it does seem. Do we see any sort of undercut here or overcut by Chris or Fernandez? At the moment, it does seem there's still quite a big gap between both of them, around 18 seconds. It does seem Dan Paul has got past, but Dan hasn't actually pitted just yet, so we'll have to continue waiting. See what we do. As we did see, Chris Tedder has had a bit of an incident last lap. He had a 2-minute 55 lap time.
Well, he was
But
in
no,
the
that must
pits.
have been his pits, yes. As it does seem, it's going to be very close here. It does seem that Chris Tedder just gets by, but it's going to be very close between these two.
Ah, he's a
But,
mile ahead.
Oh, it's now quite... Wow. I thought he was just leaving the pits on his last part. It does seem that Chris Tedder is quite far ahead. What is that about? I can't even see him, so yeah, he's clear for the time being, but still an hour and a bit to go, as I was saying earlier. So we'll just have to see what happens between these two, because obviously the pace is still in favour of Fernandez, as we saw last time. So we'll have to continue watching to see what happens, but we do see other cars in the background as well. I think that's Jason Pooley and Dominic in the background as well, also battling it out. We just saw a position change between both of those.
And fun fact, Chris Tedder's pit stop was 6 seconds faster, that's why.
That would be it. Is that fuel related, do you think?
No, I would say more if there was any damage or getting into the pit stop and releasing from the pits and that kind of information. Oliver Anderson, no true sim racers are in relationships. Gotta love Oliver. Oliver, you can join us in the comments box if you want, mate.
That's when stuff will get interesting.
I just would say, and I will put up a warning. Oliver Anderson's confusing sim racing with nerds. Oh, I don't know. These are all mad. Back on with the race of the Ferraris again with Dominic Geese. So where's Trevel? We'll give LFI a bit of a showcase for a few minutes.
It's actually going to be a few minutes, or is it going to be half an hour?
I'll see how I feel. It depends what we talk about next.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
all
we
it
had-
depends on.
Films.
Films, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Already we've all spoken about.
Will we talk about
Matt Flatt.
politics? Will we talk about politics?
Oh, yeah. Great.
If you really want to start an argument, talk about politics.
Yeah, that's going to get completely riled down.
Oh. No, I don't care about politics.
Me neither, I'll be honest. Probably for the best.
I know I actually do, because it can, in a way, define what happens with your budget, your country, and stuff like that as well. Right, here's one for you.
Oh, God.
And this is a real one.
That's not promising.
Why is that not promising?
Because you just said it's a real one.
Yeah, it's a real question.
Okay, go on.
Right? Blondes or brunettes?
Oh. My girlfriend's brunette, so...
Yeah, obviously you meant brunette anyway. You weren't thinking blondes, you were saying brunette all day long. For clarification, in case your girlfriend ever comes across the stream, you definitely say brunettes.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Doesn't matter as long as I have a fatty in the front.
Oh my god, what about the fatty in the back though?
Nah, I only want them in the front. It's the
Okay.
best.
Okay. Whatever floats your boat, man.
Good to see you on this.
I thought we were talking about politics.
Like literally, not even a second for Oliver to be in it. It's gone downhill. Ah, great to have you in, Oliver. So, Oliver, what's your
Ah.
favorite film?
My favorite film?
Yeah.
I like Anal Tour of Amsterdam 2.
Oh,
It's
nice.
pretty good.
What's that about?
It's just like a canal tour, but it's anal.
I don't understand. Can you please tell me in absolute detail?
I can show you.
Oh, Jesus, no. God, no. And Alpha Dog Meat goes for blondes. What would you go with? Blonde or brunette?
Well, red pussy here have always turned me on a bit, so
Okay.
so I'm obviously going blondes. As I am Danish, I have to say that.
That's true, that's true.
It's like the law.
But honestly, what's your actual favourite film other than Anal and whatever it is?
Anal Tour of Amsterdam 2, well, it's actually really hard to say.
God.
I like the Danish film Flickering Lights a lot. That's not what it's called Danish, but translated would be
Oh, okay, okay.
definitely one of the greatest movies of all time. It have been translated into English for you guys to watch as well.
And yet we haven't.
Yep, it's such a shame. And then, of course, Turtle in Trouble, but that's not for all people. Probably one of the most offensive films ever made.
Why am I shocked that you like it?
Oh, well, it's funny. There's also The Trip to Saturn, which is basically the same.
Okay. I regret asking you already.
No, well, they are all considered child-friendly in Denmark, but to be fair, a lot of weird things are considered child-friendly in Denmark. Like
Right.
a cartoon about a guy who grow his penis, and then there's
What?
a naughty penis that sometimes do naughty stuff.
Okay.
Haven't I shown you this before?
Yeah, you actually have. I
It's a
forgot all
Danish,
about
it's a
that.
Danish
Yeah, yeah,
child show. It's a
yeah. I
it's a
forgot all about
legit
that.
thing. Made several seasons.
That's crazy. Right, here's a question for both of you then. Who's your favourite band or singer or musician?
Oh,
Only one, though. Only one.
Only one. Oh, that's actually a bit difficult. I have a
yeah,
lot
I
of,
can't narrow it down to
Right.
musicians
one.
I like. But if I have to narrow it down to one, then it would be the Lone. No, of course not. Yeah, that's difficult. Maybe Queen. If I could only pick one, if I could pick one band to listen to for the rest of my life, it would probably be Queen. So I would pick Queen
Okay.
for that. But
I'm going to narrow
it's
it even
difficult
harder
to
for
say.
you. I'm going to make it
You know,
harder, though.
I like Slipknot as well, and they are on the top list. But I would go insane if I had to listen to that non-stop for every day of my life.
Are you mad? A bit of wait and bleed all day long. You'd be grand.
Leo Marciello would also be an honorable mention, of course.
Right, I'm going to make it
Also
harder for
Lonely
you.
Island. No, you never told us what your favorite band was. /singer/group.
So, before I will do that, of course. Alex, do you want to do yours and then I'll ask what I was going to ask?
Oh, I can't narrow it down to one, but I'm gonna say Holding Absence. They're a band quite local
Oh my
to me.
God, who the hell cares?
Oliver.
fuck
That
you.
wasn't even me. That was 100% Oliver.
I saw that cheeky bugger.
Yeah, Mooney, you fool. Why do you do stuff like this?
Right.
It's like you're trying to scare people away.
I'm going to make it even harder for you. If you're on a desert island and you have nothing other than one album to ever play, what album would it be? So if you were saying it's from Queen, what album? Not just all of their music.
If it would be album, that'd be News of the World. But if I could only pick an album, then I wouldn't pick a Queen album. Then I think I would pick The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
But if it had to be Queen, then it would be News of the World. Isn't it called that?
I think it is, yeah. And what about you then, Alex?
Moral Panic by Nothing But Thieves.
Okay.
Probably no idea what that is, but
Never heard of them in my life.
No,
Good to
maybe
know.
that's for the better.
No, I would say I'm probably not like young and cool and stuff.
No, well, you are definitely not cool, Mooney. That's guaranteed. But
Wow. You horrible bastard, yeah.
I thought we were here to commentate on motor racing, but apparently not. Oh, big slide, that's war.
Oh.
That's why he's so fucking slow.
Oh, wow, that was a huge one. Fair play to him, though. He's able to keep it going. At least it happened at the pits.
Into the pits he goes, obviously.
Can't even turn.
I'm going to
But
give
he
you
can
my
make it-
album,
he can make it
lads.
to the end here without stopping. Yeah, what's your album?
Rumours, Fleetwood Mac. If I ever to listen to one album for the rest of my life, that'll be it. It's such a good album.
I thought you would have picked something like.
I like Slipknot. I like loads of different kind of music, but Rumours for me is just a solid album. It's a solid album.
Yeah, I can see the logic in that.
Or a bit of Tin Lizzy either, but no, Rumours would be the one though, On a Desert Island.
Yeah, of course. Now the commentary box is getting crowded. Favorite album? Can you just quickly give us that? And what you can only pick one that you could listen to for the rest of your life on an island, only with you and Mooney.
And your favorite film?
Yes.
And your favorite film and the TV, of course. That's what's going on the island.
Maxim.
Good to know.
Lobican. Hello?
He's communicating in Morse. Can't you hear it? And as we say that, Dominic is finally getting the move done on Pooley, the fake 101 into 130R.
What we're talking about
What a
racing?
move. Legend.
What did you think of that lobby, Kim? Nice.
It was quite nice, actually. From Ali G. Right, here's another one for you.
Jesus Christ.
If you had
That
to,
would be bad.
no, it's easy. If you had one food to eat for the rest of your life on a desert island forever, what would it be?
One food?
Only one kind of meal that you could have for the rest of your life.
Then I would like buffet.
No, it has to be a meal, you bollocks.
That's a meal. Buffet is a meal.
No, it's not.
Definitely
Just eat a
is.
buffet.
It's not.
Definitely is.
It's not.
Definitely is. You can order buffet when you go out to eat, so it's a meal.
You can't order a buffet to your fucking house.
Oh, yes, you can. Have you never done that? It's called having a girlfriend.
I knew I was fucking coming.
Right. No, but honestly, if there was one meal that you'd have for the rest of your life, what would it be?
You know what? I'll let the ladies go first.
What's that supposed to be?
Mooney.
For the rest of my life?
Yes.
A
And if
proper,
you say sperm, then I'm going to kill you.
a proper Irish stew.
A proper artist stew.
Or a
That
coddle.
would be my answer.
Either or, they're savage. What about you, Alex?
I'll be honest, I don't like food that much, but if I had to pick,
No,
like
just there.
pasta. Just, yeah, I don't really like.
So we're giving plain pasta, no sauce, no nothing, just pasta.
Oh, no, I didn't think you said that. Pesto, I guess.
Pasta. Yeah, I can't go wrong with that. That's a fair one. Oliver, yours is probably going to be some weird cured fish in pelican sauce and whatever else that he's doing in Denmark.
No, this
No.
is a buffet.
Yeah, I have already answered. I'll
You
bring the
can't
buffet.
have a buffet.
Then I would like the
What?
Danish royal family's Christmas dinner.
The souls
That'd
of all
be
his
lovely.
peasants.
Yeah, and that too. And I want it prepared by Dominic's sister.
Oh, we have your favorite drivers in the chat. Andre Batic, Big Hello to see Mooney and all ya. Excited for Wednesday, bros. My pedal gas is nerves. Do you know something?
Your what?
My pedal gas is nervous.
Your pedal gas.
I think maybe you give him gas. That's my translation. Oliver gives Batek gas. Oh,
Oh,
Pooley had a spin. While we're discussing all these things, so what is your favorite Andre Batek moment of 2023?
Oh, I could be so
2023.
controversial. I could be
Oh.
so controversial here.
There have
Oh.
only been good moments.
Pooley is after
Especially-
dying again. What's after happening to him here?
No idea. No one cares. They didn't come to see this Mooney. They come to hear us talk shit. It looks like his wheel died or something like that.
That's really
Impressive.
weird.
Now, my favorite Bartek moments would be all the times that I did the stewarding, and when we saw him, he was either full sending it into someone or full sending it, and it's someone else's fault.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's great. And then, of course, the Bartek song. We can't forget that.
No. Well, my favorite bit has been Batek and Aaron becoming best friends. Because they hated each other.
Aaron who? Sparks?
No, Aaron Holloway. Do you remember two of them in the first season were always giving out to each other? It was hilarious. And then they ended up becoming best friends after hating each other.
Yeah, of course. Nothing like a good story of friendship. Which reminds me of a time in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, I guess I got a ban off yet, but that was me to make me a better racer. To be fair, and that's one thing I will say, if you look at Andre Batek now compared to Andre Batek when he first started, it is like two different race drivers in fairness.
Oh, most definitely.
I will give you that. As much as you've become a meme, Andre, you're definitely after improving massively, like genuinely massively.
Oh, Bartek, why didn't you brake into turn 1? Why didn't you brake, Bartek?
No, you can't talk about turn 1, right? You can just go back down Gara rigging amigos.
No, well, I obviously my screen shot out, so I couldn't see what was happening. So I just decided to full throttle it.
And you were getting your hair cut on a Wednesday, and then there was other stuff going on. Oh, and on Friday's
that's
going
Friday,
backwards.
back in the back.
You can't
Just
park there,
doing other
mate.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, as we say that,
And
Kohler.
a McLaren doing the best impression of a Honda.
What did he do here?
He's just chilling. It looks like he touches the grass. When
Ah.
black goes to green, you are in trouble.
Ouch.
Such an unfortunate situation.
Indeed,
But,
indeed.
But that's what's happening when you are just a midfield driver. Then you will make these mistakes, although we saw Poli do it as well earlier in the race. And Chris Taylor, I think, did it Monday in another race as well. So that's the Taylor corner, where stuff like that obviously happens.
Is his name Chris Tedder or Tis Tedder?
I think it's Tis Taylor.
Tis Tedder.
Tis Taylor.
Hey, Tis. Tis Tedder. What's the crack?
You're almost saying piss in Danish. It would be spelled exactly the same way, but with one I less.
TIS, is it?
Yes.
Oh, what a send by Tis.
Oh, Tis does such a well job there, making the move on Dan Poole.
Tis Tedder. Or
In the Tis Taylor's doing good. Now he's once again leading the race, and hopefully he won't sin bin himself into a wall later on. You know, we're all rooting for Chris as he's always getting murdered out in races. But you know what they say in motorsports: what goes up must come down.
That's what they say about cocaine as well.
They say a lot of things. Just like, have you seen that Pixar movie called Cars?
Yes.
Obviously, Lightning McQueen is on something. I am speed.
Yeah, exactly.
I am speed.
They use him for importing all the stuff for Pablo.
Yeah, definitely. No, not for Pablo. What's that guy's name who you know, the guy that raced in IMSA way back in the days who funded his entire racing operations through smuggling.
Oh, what was his name?
What was
He
the
only
team's
lasted
name?
like 2 seasons, I think, wasn't it?
No, I think it was a bit more than that. He was doing quite a good job. He raced those Chevy IMSA cars.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, that was like in the 80s. Oh, I remember watching the documentary on it.
Yeah, exactly. It was such a cool name the team had. The Bad Sports documentary had a pretty cool name for the team. And yeah, that was the guy who owned Road Atlanta, who did exactly the same, except he used the back straight of Road Atlanta to land planes on, which is fair play to him. If he could actually land a plane there, then he should be allowed to smuggle all the shit in he wanted.
But would he be able to do a
Because
Batek?
That is... No, he definitely wouldn't. That is a bumpy-ass back straight, and it's not even straight.
That's true as well. That is very true.
It was something with Thunder, the team was named. Blue
Yeah,
Thunder or something like that.
I'm gonna watch back at that documentary. Was very good.
Oh, yes, it was.
Look, so we're gonna have to get his name wrong as well. So what will we call him?
Who?
Mary Smith.
Oh, yes, that must have been the name. That sounds very American in my ears. Either that or Aaron Sparks.
No, it's Mary Smith. She's Irish.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
She drives
And then
Ferrari.
Ah. She sounds like a bitch.
She has her own YouTube channel. You know Mary, don't you? She goes under the name
No.
Gary Smith Racing, but we all know it's Mary Smith Racing.
No. And then we saw Pooley doing some weird jackass stuff in the background as well.
God knows. But did you know that Gary Smith's favourite pastime is actually having a cup of tea and listening to Coronation Street in the evenings?
I thought his favorite pastime was having a cup of tea and listening to AMSR videos of men wanking it off.
Oh, Jesus Christ, why? Why?
No, well,
Why?
I thought you and him had that in common. You always say that you have so many things in common, so I would assume this would be one of the things.
I told you that in absolute secrecy. Luckily enough, no one
Oh.
watches this, so it's grand.
Only everyone you know and care about.
Don't-
Oh, you have 4 viewers, goddammit, Mooney, that's a lot. And people will be rewatching after the race, and I'll share it on all sorts of social media, and
Oh, damn it.
all of my one follower will come watch it, and yeah, it will be great.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, you know, I was swiping on Tinder today, and then I saw a person who was like, "I'm not dating you if you don't have as many followers as me on Instagram."
Are you
Like,
serious?
what? Yep.
Oh my
I think
God.
that's a bit of a red flag for me personally.
Oh, she sounds great.
Well, I'm not dating anyone who have less fans than me on OnlyFans, so
And then you can never date me, so...
no. I'm a star. I'm OnlyFans famous.
Oh my
I'll
God.
start saying that in town when I go around, and expect people to treat me like a king. What? I'm OnlyFans famous.
I'd slap you. Get out of my face.
Yeah, in the butt.
That's more of a gentle caress.
Yeah.
To be
I
fairness,
just gave you
though,
the gold clap for such a good saying.
thanks, but every time I slap you in the ass, all I hear is...
Oh, Donnie.
Oh yes, and then when you watch it later on, this is the first thing you will hear.
And then when I get caught, all I'm gonna say is...
Oh yes, and then when we're at the end of the spanking session, then I'll be yelling this to you.
Finish him.
Then I'd be like...
And then after everyone sees your penis, this is the horn.
It's sad, but it's true.
And when I take my clothes off, this is what you'll hear in the room.
What are we like?
I don't know. Why are we even broadcasting?
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing.
I honestly feel like we deserve to be on network television.
To be honest with you,
Yeah. I think we have almost used all of our good ones here, except for... Well, you have more voice clips than I have, Moni. This is not fair. Well, his name is not John Cena. It's in fact Aaron Holloway that we are riding on board with here.
god damn.
And it sounds like he just dropped the exhaust of that Beamer. But it's still going strong. It is a Beamer, so you know what? Who the hell actually cares?
But guess what?
Who needs exhaust? Oh, I think that's the sounds the car's making without the exhaust at the minute. It's purely fart powered. It's a new form of fuel these cars are running at. It's sort of like a turbine engine where you need to spin the propeller. So there are actually tubes connected to the driver's bum hole. So they can give themselves a bit of an extra boost coming out of the corners. That's why all these people, they like to eat cabbage before races. I would not want to get inside that car after a stint though.
God, no. Not after Aaron Holloway. The steering is going to be broke. The front bumper is going to be broke. Although,
Oh, that's actually a pretty nice McLaren he got there.
to be honest with you, it's a
Aaron
Red
Holloway.
Bull. No, we figured out it's a Red Bull.
I think it's a McLaren, sort of have almost the right paint scheme.
Oh, maybe so. I was
If
actually...
you if you like squeeze your eyes and then turn around while standing behind a wall in the complete darkness, then it sort of looks like a McLaren.
What about a Minardi?
No. This could never be a Minardi.
I'd say Watkins Glen looks very different, doesn't it?
Wait, I thought this was Solder.
No, it's Watkins Glen.
Oh shit, that's why the Honda wasn't working so well. I was practicing on Solder, obviously.
That's what happens. Guys, there's still half the race to go.
Jesus Christ. Well, good thing that none of us have anything better to do because it's Super Bowl night.
Get in there.
Alex, what are you doing?
Contemplating
honestly.
life choices, mate. That's what I'm doing.
Alex
I need to
pressing
go-
all these
go-
buttons.
You're so immature, Wood.
I know, Alex, what is the crack with you?
I need to go play F1 because I've got...
No, you are commentating on a very important motor race.
I'm supposed to be on my break week, man.
This is
Yeah,
the
well,
most important
yes.
race of your life.
You have unfortunately signed a contract that if you leave this commentary box before the race is over, you have to give your second born to Mooney.
Jesus
I've got-
Christ. I'll sell them on eBay.
Yeah, and apparently you have just been granted a second born.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what to do with it. Trying to buy it off me.
Yeah, well, no one knows. No one knows, Mooney. I think that you should honestly have been racing this one yourself, Mooney, as it is terrible out there in the Honda at least.
Honestly, I barely made it in time because I was playing PUBG. I'm not gonna even lie about it.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
But did you know that Chuck Norris doesn't cry over spilled milk? Spilled milk cries over Chuck Norris.
Do you know something? You know, do you know the way people say that you'd have nightmares and there's loads of monsters? The monsters actually have nightmares about Chuck Norris.
Yeah, just like Superman wears Chuck Norris underwear.
I don't wear any.
Not me neither. Actually, I'm just wearing sweatpants right now. There's nothing underneath, but greatness. Goodness gracious, and great balls of fire.
Literally on fire.
They
Because you're
are.
riddled.
Oh yes. Oh
Um,
yes. So Mooney, are you watching the Super Bowl tonight?
Only that I have to get up at like just before about 6 o'clock in the morning. Probably not.
Oh, then it's perfect. Then you can watch it and go to work. I normally do this.
I'll
It's
see.
no problem. You just
Ooh.
have to drink a lot of coffee and some beer.
And then drive to work.
Yeah.
I won't get away with that in Ireland.
what a terrible place. Maybe you're just in the wrong business, Mooney. I think so.
Will we scare
But,
Aaron Holloway and just drag Aaron Holloway into the comms chat for live race comms?
Oh yes, just drag him
Oh,
in.
one sec.
But
I'm not-
Mooney, did you know that you actually have to bring your own spoon to the Super Bowl?
No.
No, and you'll have to bring a ton of milk as well to fill up the bowl, obviously. But they will provide the cereal for you. But
Okay,
you do
well,
have to bring your own spoon and have to be a super spoon.
but I don't like to have American cereals. Can I bring Wheatos?
Nah, mate, they only got Lucky Charms over there.
I know, and I hate them. They're disgusting.
And a little bit offensive to Irish people, but...
Right, here we go. I'm gonna drag Aaron in. Aaron, we're on board with you live on comms. How are you getting on?
Been a bit of a lonely race, to be honest. But I'm enjoying it.
but-
It's a good track.
Nice one.
That's always good to hear, everyone. But one question remains, because you have done such a good job so far this racing, and we all love your Red Bull livery on that BMW.
Oh, yeah.
But what are your honest thoughts of the sinking of the Bismarck?
What are my thoughts on the sinking of Bismarck?
Yes, of the Bismarck. Yes.
I don't know. Wasn't it some fucking biplane took its rudder out? That's a bit embarrassing if that's the case.
I think it was the British Navy that ended up gunning it down. But yes, let's just say that.
Oh, yeah, it was a sword
Oh, yeah.
biplane.
Aaron, I
Torpedoed
actually
its
have a
rudder
question
out.
about the race, though, if you really want one. Who's your favourite handball team and why?
I don't know. Bad ship anyway.
Who's your favourite handball team and why?
Handball?
Yeah.
It's not gay.
I have no idea.
If it's in a true way, it's
Never
not gay.
watched one.
Right then, Aaron, here's another one for you. How off-putting are we?
No, it's fine.
Damn it.
I said I'm not racing anyone at the moment. Just gonna.
No,
That's
that's
fair.
good, because we are getting super bored in the commentary box for unknown reasons.
No, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put you back in with the nice people. We'll get Dominic in, because we can go to town on Dominic.
Dominic
Oh,
will
no.
kill us. Dominic will literally kill us
You're
if we do
not-
that, Mooney.
Why?
Because he's German.
Oh, he's in P5 as well. But he's alone in P5.
Yes, but you don't want to feel the wrath of a German.
I tell you what is off-putting is I have the stream on at the same time, so I'm hearing our delayed conversation.
Oh, that's
on top of
wonderful.
our current one.
Do you have anything you want to say to your future self?
What advice do you have
Say
for
to
Aaron
what?
in 30 seconds? What advice do you have for yourself in 30 seconds?
Oh my god, I can't hear.
So what advice do you have to... What advice can you give yourself in 30 seconds?
Don't crash.
Let's see will he listen to that advice in 30 seconds. Alright, well, let's get back on. We'll get Aaron back on the stream so we can see if Aaron listens to himself.
Okay.
Looks like he's actually still having the car on the track, so he must be a good listener.
Why is he saying Bono his tyres are gone? Is he racing the Mercedes now?
My tyres are fine. I've only just pitted.
Oh, he
First time.
nearly not. Oh, he didn't. No. Oh, he didn't lose it. No. Predictable. Oh.
Oh, wide! Aaron Holloway goes wide, showing off his driving skills through the Casio triangle, full speeding it down the main straight. We assume anything else would be very strange, at least.
It's also unknown at this time if he's under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Definitely not.
And if he is, he would be granted a few extra points for the championship.
He would gain 500 points instantly.
in most competitions, you would get some sort of a penalty for being under the influence, but in this one, we actually reward you.
It's the drug Olympics.
Oh yes. Do you know how to qualify for the Drug Olympics?
Go for it.
First off, the Drug Olympics will hold in the neighboring city for where they're holding the Olympics. But to qualify for the Drug Olympics, you have to be disqualified from the main Olympics because of drugs. And
that's fair.
then we'll see who will get the most viewers: the guy who can run 100 meters in 10 seconds, or the guy that can run 100 meters in 5.
I'd be all happy to see it run in 5 seconds. But Aaron, we're going to pop you back. We've annoyed you for long enough. We're dragging in Dominic East now.
No.
Oh god. Right. Cheers.
Bye. Right, so I'm going to make sure he's on the straight before we do so.
He is not going to like this movie.
I
I'm
know.
telling you.
I know.
You should do Twitter instead and then just start yelling.
I know, so
your
Chris, no,
voices.
Chris is in the lead though. I don't want to fuck you up his lead. Dominic's in 5th, but he has like a massive gap behind him. We'll do it on a straight. Our question is just going to be about the handball.
Oh yes. Totally not gonna do that when you drag him out.
Oh, he'll go mad at us.
You will literally kill us both.
Right.
And I will need a new endurance teammate.
3, 2, 1, go. And welcome into the stream. We're on board now with Dominic Geese as he is going around. Dominic, how are the German handball team doing? Oh, he has the mic muted and all the bollocks.
Yeah, I think Aaron Holloway he told on us. Then you have to drag Holloway in and give him a little bit of a spanking.
Did you tell him that we were going to do what we were doing?
No.
Yeah. Funnily enough, now his mic and his headphones are coming back. Cheeky bollocks. Everybody in the chat, thumbs up if you want Aaron to crash.
Okay, thank you very much.
You have two
go back
viewers
in.
on the chat on the stream. One of them is me, and the other one is likely yourself moving.
Well, so am I in the stream or am I?
You're in the stream as
Oh, you come into. Oh right. I'm in the
We
stream.
have actually just dragged you into a separate voice channel just to be annoying. This is not even on the stream.
we're putting you back in. Bye 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 bye.
What?
Poor Aaron.
You are having no drivers for the next season of this movie. Oh, it wouldn't be the next season, of course.
Oh no, we do have a next season already up.
Oh well, yeah, I actually signed up for it. I'm sure if I'm making all the races, but we'll see.
Well, there's a drop round anyway.
Or I'll need more than one. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
7 drop rounds for Oliver. Oliver wins the championship.
Yeah.
Big round. I see. I'd love to drag Chris in, but because he's leading the race,
Oh yes. And you are never going to hear the end of it.
no. And I want him to actually win a race because he's had a tough one the last while, so I'd like to see him actually do well. Thanks everybody. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we are recording this in front of a live audience.
Just the wrong kind of audience.
They came for the racing and they stayed for the
After show.
absolute nothing. Well, I actually went to
Oh my
watch it.
God, who the hell cares?
How
You
does
will
it
care
feel?
about this. I actually went to watch Dirty Dancing in the opera in Copenhagen once.
I don't know what that is.
That's like something that you'll go watch with your company, and then
Okay,
you bring
okay.
your wives, and then it's super boring. It's like a soap opera thing. But apparently, I wasn't allowed to give an encore with actual Dirty Dancing.
I think you should have been allowed.
I did ask.
Definitely think you should have been allowed.
No.
I'm glad this stream has gone completely downhill.
Oh yes.
Oh, thoughts of work tomorrow.
About tomorrow? What the fuck's happening tomorrow?
The thoughts of getting up for work is killing me.
Can you describe the thoughts and how they're killing you?
So it's the thoughts of probably not going to bed till 12 o'clock by the time I do the small bit of admin stuff that I need to do after the race. Then it will be trying to go asleep after doing comms and staring at screens for hours. Then it's getting up in the morning, getting a wash, getting into the car, turning the key in the car, putting on the seatbelt, then turning on some music, then putting the car into reverse, and then slowly reversing out of the driveway, then putting into first gear, then into second gear, and into third gear, and then slowing down for the junction to slow down to stop, and then take a right turn, and then it's going all the way up into sixth gear then, until I come to a crossroads, and then I have to stop again, and then it's put it back into first gear, all the way back into sixth gear after I go straight, up until the next T-junction, which is about 2 or 3 miles down the road. Then I need to stop again and then indicate right and then turn right, all at the same time. That's only a minor part of the morning.
Oh well, I know how to fix this problem for you, Mooney.
How?
You travel back in time to about 2010 and tell younger you to invest everything in Bitcoin.
That is a good idea.
Or you go back to the 2000s when the Vesta stock was at an all-time low and you could buy it for literally nothing. And then you'd sell it today where it's worth a fuck ton of money. Or you go even further back to like 90s and invest in some fruit company called Apple.
Oh, okay. Okay. I should do all the above, shouldn't I?
No, that would be too obvious that you have a time machine.
Nah.
Also, when you go back to a certain time, and place in the timeline, we're not going to mention when and bring a certain man back.
No, we're not going to finish this conversation with Oliver. No.
Who are you thinking of?
I don't care. I just know.
I'm thinking of Freddie Mercury.
What about Ayrton Senna?
Oh yes, no, well, that's inevitable. He will crash the car at some point due to steering column collapse or whatever it was, and yeah, you can't change racing history. That would be such a shame. Imagine if Ayrton Senna would, after that season, he would just fall into a slum and then never ever win a race again. Anyways,
he would have went back to McLaren.
His reputation.
He would have went back to McLaren, and that would have meant that Mika Hakkinen maybe wouldn't have won his championships.
Yeah. There I could see then you would just have destroyed racing forever.
But then Maldonado becomes world champion in 2012.
Yes, because that Williams had all the extra funding of not having to pay the family the rest of his contract and stuff. Yes, I can see how this is a perfect logic.
So Pastor Maldonado should be world champion, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, Pastor Maldonado should be world champion, and close runner-up to him would have obviously been Vitaly Petrov.
Vitaly Petrov he was underrated. It's hard to believe he was so good.
It was such a trash car they had when Vitaly Petrov was driving. That Renault sucked.
And then the Caterham after that, wasn't it? Yeah.
But the thing about the Renault, they actually tried something really smart that you see these days on basically all GT cars. Even though it makes perfect sense on most GT cars as the engine is in the front, but they tried the front-blown diffuser.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Sort of, take their exhaust to the front of the car instead of then funnel it underneath or whatever. Looked a little bit weird. And I could have told them that wasn't a good idea when you have to funnel exhaust forward in the car to get it back the other way. But whatever. French people being French.
Well, it is French people exactly being French. We wouldn't have got great things like the Citroen 2CV.
Oh, I would love one of those cars.
Nah, the old Citroen DS one.
Nah. Speaking of French cars, what else are there of good French meme cars?
The Renault 5 GT Turbo was a great car.
Yeah, but it's not a meme car as per se. It's just a great car.
Every single Peugeot.
Well, some of them are pretty decent.
Well, the 205 GTI is probably the only one. No, they're all balls, most of those Peugeots.
Most Peugeots are pretty nice when you actually get to drive them. They drive really nicely, have somewhat reasonable interior, except for the cars there from about 2000 up to 2010 up to 15, 16, where they had basically no buttons on the wheel and they only had a shitty touch screen that you would literally have to touch to change everything in the car.
Really?
No buttons anywhere, just this fucking disgusting car. If you try to set the temperature in the car when you were driving, you'd have to use a fucking touch screen, and you have to look away from it. Look at what you're actually touching upon it.
That's
mind-blowingly bad idea. I actually think they still do it like that in Peugeots.
Ew. Nah. The 205 GTI was an amazing car. From the 405 MI16 Turbo was amazing. The 306 GTI 6 was probably the last decent car they made. Because the 206 GTI was a ball of shite. The 207 nah.
Ball of shy actually sounds like a good dish to eat right now. What's in a ball of shy, you say?
Ball of shite. The big lump of shite.
Is that Chinese? Is that some kind of a Chinese dish?
It comes out your arse. Or out your mouth sometimes, you bollocks.
It's probably worth having a go at some point.
You can give it a go and let me know what you think of it.
I've actually seen a video that I think we can copy
No.
about.
I regret talking to you, Oliver. I regret.
I think that we should do a remaster of that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
It's called Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
My nightmare is what it is. Ooh. There's less than an hour to go, though.
Right, Mooney. Then how about this? For the last hour, we just sit and pretend to have intense eye contact for the entirety of the hour.
Okay, and not blink.
Exactly. Prolonged eye contact without blinking.
Are we holding hands or not holding hands?
Our dicks will never touch.
Dude.
Oh yeah, we are on YouTube. Sorry.
This is a family show.
Our man genitalia will never come close to each other.
Jesus Christ.
Was that better?
Note to self, never let Oliver in live streams again.
Well, you said you were bored and had nothing to talk about.
Well, I didn't expect this kind of conversation. Normally with you, it's very political and always insightful.
Yeah, we can talk about politics if you want to.
No, with you, that can go down so quick.
Any specific errors of politics that you would like to discuss?
Actually, here's something for you. Here's something new. Ireland, only in the last few days, are starting on some cans to give you money back if you bring back your cans after doing it the way that you were talking about in Denmark.
Oh, that's out freaking time.
But I don't think they get as much money. I'm going to open up here.
Well, when you buy the can, then the cans will also get more expensive, and that's where you get the money back from. It's just a return system. So it's sort of like you actually just get your own money back. So you're renting the can, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, Ireland Deposit Return Scheme.
Yeah. It's a pretty good thing. Although most Danes will still just go to Germany and buy them down there, so we can write off the return money. And then it's super cheap. You can literally get beers 3 times as cheap as you can in Denmark, and that's saying something.
That is so annoying, though.
Then tap water would probably be more expensive than beer at that point.
So it's 15 cents deposit we have to pay on each container. That's from 150 ml to 500 ml. A deposit of 25 cents for containers from 500 ml to 3 liters.
But Moni, you should just be happy that you're not getting like the old system. In the modern days of returning empty bottles and cans, you'll just throw an entire bag into like a big machine, and then it will do all the calculations and give you your money straight up onto your account. Though in Denmark, most of our systems are still from the 90s, so you literally have a big bag of empty cans and stuff like that, with all the leftovers just floating around in the bottom. And you'll take them up one by one, super sticky cans, and put them into the machine. It's so nice.
That's disgusting.
Oh yes. Especially when you empty your company van and it's literally just full of cans for like a week.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it will pay you the next week of drinking, so it's normally okay.
That's mad.
No, that's pretty normal.
It's not normal for us, though.
No, it will be. Not the one with the nasty cans thing, because you're likely just getting the newer version of the system, which, well, it exists in Denmark, obviously, as well, but it's just more common with the other one. Except in the village where I live, then you just go up with all your empty bottles and cans, put them at the gross, and then you just go up to the cashier and say, I put this amount down, give me the money, and then they'll do that.
What?
And you can't see how anyone would ever cheat with that system, right?
No. Not at all.
No.
That's
It's
crazy.
great. One of the perks of living in a small village.
That is mental.
And it's a perfect small village. No one speaks to me because I'm the village idiot.
I'd never have guessed it.
No.
Never. Everybody talks to you, though.
No, I really don't speak to one of my neighbors because I don't like people.
That's cool. But yet you talk to everybody in sim racing.
Yeah, I talk to the people that I like in sim racing, you know. And it's apparently a lot of people.
That's what I was about to say. You talk to so many people.
Yeah, although people often don't have good stories. And that's the thing, you know, Mooney. Everyone with a lot of money, they always, then they went on this and this 5-star luxury vacation with everything inclusive and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, okay, what happened there? Then we just laid by the pool, and then they have no good stories, and then they end up in a retirement home, and all of their stories are the same. People like you and me who have Jack, our good stories are, fuck me, then I had no money, but I was stuck in fucking Germany. And if you just knew what I had to do to get home,
That'd be me after I
ooh,
crashed my car in
let me
Nuremberg.
tell you that story. You know, it's that's good stories, and that will be the rich people when you're set on the retirement home. That's the people who have the good stories that people wants to listen to us. We have a Porsche going spinning wildly out of control in the Casio triangle.
Let's get a replay of this. So this is for P3.
I assume that the Porsche just completely bins it himself. But it could also be Ryan O'Sullivan that taps it, but it's very unlikely that Sullivan does this in this situation from what we saw and from this distance. No, he actually starts spinning it already out of 130R. Can we see that one more time, Mooney?
Let me see. Let me see.
Absolutely not. It sounds like
No.
sounds of.
I think I'm looking in the wrong place. No, it's not letting me know. It's not letting me do it. Why isn't it letting me do that?
Well, because none of us are IT geniuses.
Search replay time, please wait.
The stream really likes this pictures of the Porsche.
Yeah,
just
sorry.
Going by.
I have the software pulling up instance there, that's all. Right, let's change that. Right, back on there now.
And we are back live with Ryan O'Sullivan in P3. Still
Indeed.
way too long to go in this race for anyone to actually have interest in these non-existing battles, except for this one with a good little showing off there from Patrick, showing the drifting capabilities of the M4. One of the things that the BMWs in this game have always been good at, because they have they're such large vehicles that they are quite easy to get under control once they start spinning a little bit and getting that power slide going is quite nice in these cars. Honestly, one of the more drivable cars in the game, I would say.
I'm not a fan of it though. Driving it, it's stable, but it just doesn't suit me.
It's boring as hell to drive. But definitely one of the most drivable cars, this one, and then the AMR V8 Aston is also pretty stable, one of the more amateur-friendly cars, sort of say. Although the Aston is a little bit more fun to drive. Better sound as well, engine-wise, and yeah, just in general, just slightly more fun than the BMW.
Yeah, I love the Aston.
So if you are a complete rookie to the game, then I do recommend that you either take the Honda NSX, the non-Evo version, or the Retire car. They might be the most amateur-friendly GT3 cars in the game.
Or the 992 Porsche.
Or the 992 Porsche. Or well, any of the Porsches, really.
Yeah, true. Or the Jag.
Or the Jag. In the Jag, you will even have a meter that tells you how much of a twat you are while driving.
Oh, I love it.
As the Red Bull livery, the BMW made an overtake and then makes a complete fool of himself.
Wow, what actually happened there? Let's go back.
I think he missed his braking. He comes from the wrong side of the track, moves over, and then he gets the wrong angle into the corner, and then the back end slipped out a bit, and then when he obviously let go of the brake to try and stabilize the car as it was sliding, and then he hit the gravel trap, and yeah, you know, when a black turns to gravel, then you're in trouble.
Do you think he done that to show off a bit?
I think he did. I think he definitely did. Aaron Holloway, we know the lad, great guy. Maybe you could bring him in for an interview and ask him if you have anything to say about that.
And actually, by the way, he's being promoted to an admin of Supercharged Motorsports HC side, by the way. I need to actually act on that today.
Ah, perfect. Then he will definitely not take full advantage and gain 50,000 points in the championship, and no one will better than I. Oh, I won the championship by 49,000 points.
How did that happen, Colin? I don't know. He was looking after it. Our staff are never wrong.
Exactly. And that is the truth.
I'll take the motto from another person. I won't get into that though.
No.
What a man! What a man! So, Mr. Dominic Geese up in P5.
Yeah, after his early issues in the race, he's doing somewhat of a decent recovery. Though you will always wonder what might have been if he hadn't gotten completely murdered.
I reckon a P2
early
was
in the
on from.
race. Yeah, same goes for me. I think I could have challenged Chris Taylor for the win if I wasn't taken out there early in the race personally.
First, I thought you were going to win the race. I thought you were doing like a kind of 30 into 4s kind of a job.
Yeah, well, I was sandbagging in qualifying using the highest engine map and only using the tires I used in qualifying and running with 120 liters of fuel and all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why my times didn't look so impressive.
And then in the race, you were doing 1 minute 30s.
Yeah, exactly. Some might say that I had some secret grip hacks, but those who say that, they are completely right.
But see, you're a steward, so you're staff in here, so I'd have to disagree with that. That I think it was all legit.
Well, it was definitely legit. It didn't say anywhere in the rules that I wasn't specifically allowed to do this. And common sense is not a thing among sim racers. Everyone knows that.
Do you reckon there is people at this kind of level that would use the sim or the grip hack?
At this level,
Yeah.
there probably will be some younger guys
Really?
who just think they want to be super fast. But if you reach the point of where people actually care about competition, then no. But there are definitely some young kids out there who just wants to win and does something like that, and then they figure out how to by a Russian dude that then put Trojan horses on their PCs and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But I have never seen anyone personally who that I would think were running grip hacks in any of the communities that I've ever taken part in.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone as of yet using them, because it's very obvious when people do use them.
Yes. When a guy who's normally a few seconds off the pace starts winning races, that's...
and when a race is for like 20, 30 seconds or more.
Yeah. Actually, speaking about that, I actually saw a race not that long ago where a guy who finished 8th in the first round of the championship won the second round by over 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
In a Nissan.
Oh, wow, okay. Track specifics, or what was the crack with that?
No, well, in the first race there was the LFM bob, and then the Kudos bob came out, so the LFM bob was dropped, and it was a guy who probably sandbagged the fuck out of the preseason testing anyways.
Right.
And P2 was in a small incident early in the race. So.
Yeah.
But he had massive pace in that Nissan, and I couldn't have beaten him in a McLaren with the times that he was putting down.
Jesus.
So yeah.
That's
Not accusing
interesting.
anyone of anything here, but that might be worth looking into. As it looks like that fucking Slow is battling for P12 at the minute in the background.
You mean he got it?
Yeah, they're battling.
Oh.
They swap positions. See, they're still battling. That's what I'm telling you. Side by side into the Casio triangle. Slow goes for the old switcheroo cutback move there, but it is not on the 12 car. Does a good job of parking that on the apex. Good livery, I must say, in that 4 car.
Yeah, in fairness, Trevel does some
really
great
nice
liveries. Yeah, Trevel does some great liveries.
It's simple yet elegant and yet very realistic in the looks. I like it a lot personally. I like it when people keep the liveries to a point where they could be realistic and it's not just a
bit of showboat and drifting.
BMW showboating as we used to see them.
Oh,
once again, what a great job he did there. That deserved an applause.
I'd say his tires are a little bit.
Oh, they might be. They might be. But yeah, that's the thing in a race like this, when it started very early on and the track is only getting hotter and hotter when you're driving, and if you didn't take that into calculations when you did your tire change, then you might be a little bit not so good later on in the race.
Would you like a pit breakdown? Everybody has done their pits twice, except for Aaron Holloway.
I'm not very impressed by Aaron Holloway's driving then. But I do think that he's planning on just taking fuel in his final pit stop.
Yeah, I'd say it's a splash and dash.
It's either that or some Ferrari strategies that he's using in that Red Bull-looking BMW he's got up there.
See, they're testing out the new strategist from Lewis Hamilton.
Oh yes. Honestly, speaking about that, I think that Lewis Hamilton is just the right driver for that, because he will question terrible strategic decisions, and he will not give a fucking pit if he thinks it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have seen Bono tell him stuff, but that's because of a lot of trust over the years, and Hamilton questioned that, but in the end trusted him. But I don't think that he'll be taking that kind of shit from Ferrari if they start doing their Leclerc science strategies.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's exactly it. See, Bono and Lewis have built up trust for years, where you'll trust your engineer if they make a decision and you either lose or win together, which is fine. He's not going to go to Ferrari at all and trust any of them engineers. The only other thing he could try and do is try and get Bono to move with him. I highly doubt Bono will, but you never know.
Yeah. Speaking of, who do you reckon will fill in that second seat at Mercedes come 2025? That's I think that's I think it's really tough, because I can see a lot of different drivers in that seat.
The two drivers who I'd like to see in it, either Sebastian Vettel or Carlos Sainz.
I think if they wanted Carlos Sainz in that seat, then I think that Ferrari and Mercedes would probably do a driver swap before the start of this season. Also for testing purposes of the future car. I don't think it would make much sense for both of those teams running drivers. Well, no, they're just going to swap around. That they're basically there and will get knowledge of future plans and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Mercedes will not let Lewis go until they have to.
No, absolutely not. But I think that would make sense, and Ferrari would obviously have to pay them a bit of money in return. I would like to see Carlos as well in that seat, but I honestly think that after next season, Checo will retire from Formula 1 racing, or get sacked, one of the two. And then it's I know that Red Bull have a lot of drivers they could throw into that Red Bull seat, and realistically, it would probably be either Danny Rick or Yuki Tsunoda will maybe personally get sacked halfway through the season, and one of those will be shafted in there, and Liam Lawson will return to Formula 1 as well. Which I would personally love to see, as he was such a good driver in Formula 2 back in the days.
Yeah, I agree. But also, I think Carlos Sainz would be good, though, up in Red Bull, by the way, because Carlos Sainz is not a shit driver. Carlos Sainz is a genuinely good driver, and I reckon he'd keep Max as honest as anyone has so far.
Yeah, Max and Carlos also used to be teammates way back when in the Toro Rosso days.
They didn't get on, though.
No. But I think it would also be a place for Carlos where he could end up. But honestly, if he doesn't go there, then there's obviously the Mercedes seat that he will be trying to get.
What about the Sauber Audi thing as well?
A different thing that I think could happen now, that he will either end up in the new Audi team, or he'll end up in the Aston Martin team.
I wouldn't do Aston Martin anyway.
Yeah, but I think that the Mercedes seat, there are quite a few obvious topics for the seat. One of them obviously being Alexander Albon, that they could get moved up. But then also there would be some sense in trying Fernando Alonso. I don't think that would be super realistic for Mercedes to try and go get him. I don't think Alonso would be that keen on it, as he would not be the number one driver. There would probably be some tension.
Well, he likes Russell. The only thing I'd say there is Alonso would be a good fit if they know, say, a driver that they want and might have a contract for another year or two. It might be good getting Alonso in as a year with the retainer for an extra year if it's going well for him, whatever. I think that might be a genuine viable option. I'd love to see Sebastian Vettel back, because I think...
I was also going to say that a return for Sebastian Vettel could be on the cards for that seat in Mercedes as well.
I think it'd be brilliant.
Super unrealistic to see, but I honestly think that there'll be a larger chance that Mercedes would get Albon and then promote one of their juniors into try and get them into the Williams seat, either Mick Schumacher or Frederick Vesti. But
do you think Schumacher will come back into it again? There's a question. I don't think Schumacher will come back into Formula 1.
Highly undoubtful, unless if Albon goes to Mercedes and the opening is there for them. Because Mercedes are a little bit in the situation now where they have the two test drivers of both Vesti and Schumacher, who they trust the most for the future. The guy who have had the chance in Formula 1 and didn't do particularly well, or the newcomer who have impressed a lot in testing, and although he did lose out on the Formula 2 championship due to some maybe stupid errors from himself.
Yeah.
Obviously also got taken out in a race and the mechanics forgot to mount the rear tires proper in another race, but
Yeah.
that's the whole Mercedes thing. There are other people that I could just throw out there as names that could be potentials for Mercedes that they could go scout out if the other ones I don't see them as realistic for themselves to get a hold on. Would be probably a guy like I would actually I could see both Alpine drivers getting a chance. So maybe not Ocon as much as Pierre Gasly, but Gasly could be an option for them as well. I don't think that Gasly would be good enough to match George Russell, honestly, but
No.
he would be an option for Mercedes as well if they want to get a more driver 1, driver 2 style configuration, and of course both McLaren drivers, but I don't think they could buy them out of their contracts from McLaren, and McLaren would definitely fight it to the bitter to try and keep both Piastri and Norris.
I think McLaren have probably the most exciting lineup because Norris is phenomenal, but Piastri has turned out to be an amazing boy and a great steal off Alpine.
Oh yes. Although Alpine, they were content by the end by getting Gasly and which is a little bit funny in hindsight, but also it looked like at the start of the season that Alpine was just putting some shame on Piastri for picking the wrong car, but McLaren came way back in the season and actually had a strong finish.
That's probably one of the greatest turnarounds I've ever seen in Formula 1, from having the literal slowest car after a few races then to be back up podiums, and it was great. Obviously I'm a McLaren fan, so I loved it, but the thing is, I still don't have full faith McLaren will put a proper fight to a championship even in 2026, and it's coming from a genuine McLaren fan since I was about 4 years of age. Like, I
don't think they will either, because they're not a works team, and it's difficult for teams that are not works teams to get that. So what McLaren needs are to lure a new engine manufacturer into Formula 1. We know that Cadillac for some reason really wants to get into Formula 1 with Andretti, and Andretti have been denied the entry into Formula 1. But that's the thing, Andretti, if he can't get a Formula 1 team, then there would be an option for maybe convincing Cadillac to supply that. It would be fun to see Cadillac engines on the grid and battling it out with the Fords. The Americans are coming.
Yeah.
But it would also make more sense for a team like Haas to either go up for sailors. We know that Gene are not that interested in the team anymore, as it doesn't really give him any returns.
That's his own fault.
Oh yes, it is. You haven't been managing that correctly.
No.
Not putting enough money and stuff into it, but yeah, it's a whole nother discussion that we could probably have a broadcast about one day if you're really bored.
Absolutely.
I think that we should do that before the Formula 1 season starts, Mooney, you and me. Then we'll throw down a few notes of things that we want to talk about. Maybe we can do a 5-episode broadcast where we talk about it and see how many people would listen to us just bantering about it. I would guess absolutely no one.
But we still have fun doing it.
Oh yes, of course, and that's the whole point.
Yeah, I'd be happy enough because I do an awful lot of looking into even the pre-season tests, and I watch all the tests and I look at the data, even though the data doesn't really necessarily tell the story. But it's interesting to see, to a degree. Obviously, you're never going to know fuel loads and engine maps and stuff like that, and obviously the guys mightn't be fully pushing. But it's always interesting to see, because no matter what in testing, you will see whose car is going to be okay and whose might be potentially fast and whose is going to be shit. That's the one thing, you'll always see a bad car.
Yeah, that's very different. If you look on the onboards in the preseason test, then you can definitely see the bad cars.
Yeah.
But speaking about Formula 1, or continuing this conversation about Formula 1, because what's going on in the background are pretty boring at this minute. Last week was a much better race. A shame that everyone missed that on YouTube, but hey ho. But which driver lineup currently in Formula 1 would you prefer to have if all cars were equal? If you put them all in IndyCar machinery, which two drivers would you have, or which team's drivers would you have? You have to pick one team, both drivers.
Oh yeah, no, McLaren all day long. McLaren, 100%. I rate Norris and Piastri. massively high. They're very adaptable to cars, more adaptable to bad cars than people give credit for, because that McLaren was a dog at the start of the year, but they got the absolute best out of it until the car got better. And even when the car got better, they pulled the absolute maximum out of the car each time. So genuinely, for me, at the minute, they are the best team pairing. Now, a close second will be Leclerc and Sainz when they don't have bad yeah.
I would rate the Mercedes current Mercedes pairing of Russell and Hamilton as the absolute best current talent-wise. Maybe
But
not
they don't
as
work
much
as
for
a
the
team.
future as no, but if you throw them into IndyCars, they don't have to.
Yeah, well, if you're putting them in IndyCars...
That's what was the question was.
Okay,
goddammit.
sorry. In IndyCar...
You throw your 2 drivers into IndyCar, and you have to pick one of the Formula 1 teams. And if you say the Red Bulls, then it's a very big gamble on whether or not that Max will put enough points for a team to take the championship in those cars.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, which would you actually take to just take the 2 drivers from Formula 1, throw directly into IndyCar, and then have your team there? And we are not talking about the prospects of winning in 2 or 3 years, but in a competitive IndyCar and for a championship.
Oh yeah, but IndyCar is completely different. So drivers that you mightn't think could shine would shine. Honestly, do you know who I put in? And you'll probably laugh at me, but I genuinely think it'd work. Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou. I really think that'd work.
I don't think Bottas would be too good in IndyCar.
I think he would.
He is terrible at overtaking, man. He can't make an overtake to save his career.
Nah.
And then you want to put him in equal machinery.
His car control is phenomenal. Honestly,
Yeah.
I honestly think they'd
but
suit that
we have to-
series. I
IndyCar
honestly
is
think.
there are so many full course yellows, and he will be put under pressure and under attack, and they will not hold back the other guys he'll be racing against.
Yeah.
And if they get through, then I have difficulties seeing Bottas just immediately striking back.
But it's too easy to say McLaren, Mercedes, or Red Bull. It's too easy, or even Ferrari, for instance.
Yeah, well, then let's take all those out, and well, then I think the obvious choice would be Alpine, but I wouldn't pick them either, honestly.
Logan Sargent might suit the American series better, so you could possibly argue Sargent and Albon. The Sargent would have drove the
Yeah.
American formulas up through his career before going to Europe.
Not necessarily. He could have gone to Europe much earlier. I actually don't know anything about Logan Sargent's career before his Formula 3 entry.
Let
But
me have a look.
I also think that would be good because we did see Sargent doing a good job in Formula 2 cars, and they are not that much off pace of Indy cars, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And so that car pace might suit him better, and I think Albon would. He is one of the best drivers on the grid at the minute, so he or at least one of the most hard working guys in the grid, really pushing that Williams team forward. So he could be fun to see as well.
Yeah.
But you could also argue that the Haas drivers would be a fun pairing in IndyCar. We have seen other drivers of the Hulk Magnussen driver level there go to IndyCar and perform really well. Have also seen a Roman Grosjean go there and be shafted. Not having a good career, but Marcus Ericsson, for an example, he went to IndyCar. He's an Indy 500 race winner. He fought for championships. He's
I think he's 5 or 6 wins with IndyCar, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well over there.
Grosjean got shafted because Grosjean actually in his first season showed massive potential. His second season was quite unlucky.
Yeah, and that's the thing in IndyCar. You just gotta be there all the time.
Yeah, you just have to be
so
on it.
many. They have such a large talent pool from all over the world that they can pick and choose from. They have all the Formula 1 rejects, basically.
Yeah.
They have basically all the drivers who are not the maybe top 15 best in the world, and then the 5 drivers in Formula 1 that come with a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
That's basically the pool that IndyCar's selecting from.
I'm going to throw you another question, but this is a question of all time. What driver do you really think left Formula 1 too early? Be it retired or moved to another series or whatever. Obviously, the deaths don't count because obviously that's just unfortunate and sad. But drivers who've chosen to either retire or go to a different race series.
Oh, now my notes tell you doesn't go back to before I was born. But in recent times of drivers who have just chosen to retire, that obviously would be Nico Rosberg, but that's a too obvious answer to give.
Mine is Montoya.
Yeah, well, he didn't per se retire from Formula One as much as he stopped trying to open the door, you shitty
Well,
cat.
he left. He left. That's the thing. Whether they've retired or left to a different series, and for me, Montoya is just one that he was a stunningly good driver, but just it didn't suit him. America suits him better.
It does. I think he was maybe a little bit too hot-headed for Formula One. You need to be a world champion if you want to act like he did in Formula One. But he definitely had the world champion potential.
Oh yeah.
The problem was it was such a, even if you gave them equal cars back then, it would have been such a stacked field he was he was up in.
Oh yeah.
You would have Kimi Räikkönen in his prime, Michael Schumacher in his prime. You would have Fernando Alonso getting close to his prime. You would have Jenson Button, who would not be at his prime yet, but he would be definitely be on a.
But you remember how good
curve.
BAR Honda were back then, though? Honestly, Button was a top driver even then, because that BAR was a deadly car.
I remember very well. I went to Formula One and watched it at Hockenheim in 2004 with my father, and we obviously flew the BAR Honda flag in the air. I even got a flag from a Japanese dude because I was wearing the Takuma Sato cap because they ran out of Button caps to sell. But yeah, I do remember that they were a super strong team for a few years.
Oh, it was some great days there.
Yeah, it would have been maybe not as much 3, but in 4 and 5 at least they were very strong, and in 6 they were started to fall a little bit back again. But back those 2 years especially, they were gunning for it.
Oh, I have to. It was just when you look at Formula One back then, just the cars, the liveries, the noise, and the excitement that it was such a stacked field that even Jordan were involved at one stage. BAR.
Yeah. But even when it was stacked field, the racing wasn't that much better, to be honest. You would just see Michael Schumacher run away, and then he would have won the championship by fucking Hungary.
Do you remember the move Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen going up the Spa?
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, there was some magic.
There were good races back then, but there have also been good races now. Obviously, this season have been complete shite with Max Verstappen showing that he's just one level above everyone else.
The racing was amazing, though, behind him.
Oh yes, if you took Verstappen out of the championship completely, just deleted all his results, so obviously some people would be bumped up and down throughout the season, or only up, honestly.
Yeah.
Then Hamilton would actually have won the race, but he wouldn't have led the race or the championship with until 3 races to go, where he would have taken it over from Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
Who would have had the commanding lead from early on, but the Aston team that just couldn't continue development of their car fell off.
I just don't believe in the Aston project for one simple reason. They still haven't got rid of Stroll yet.
I don't believe on the Aston project because they have Daddy Stroll as the guy trying to lead it.
I know, I think he's doing a good job of getting the infrastructure in and the team in place, but the fact they still have Lance who's hemorrhaging points. Yeah, but he's letting his son hemorrhage points and lose money. That's not business.
No, but he's a businessman. He has too much of a business mindset, and then you have his son, and well, it's good for business not having to pay another driver.
It's not, though, when he's hemorrhaging hundreds of millions in points. Or tens of millions, sorry, in points.
Yeah, but they would also probably be hammering tens of millions in another driver who would have the caliber to go up against Alonso. But I do agree that they need to get rid of Lance. He's not he have had some good moments, of course. I'm not saying that he's so bad that he should. No,
he's an a top IndyCar driver.
Yeah, and he have had a reasonable Formula One results. He just haven't had a lot of them in a row. They come like very sporadically, maybe once or twice in a season, and then you're like, wow, that was a good drive. And then you're the week after, then you know why he's on the bubble.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they get rid of Lance, then I also think that they would have had a team earlier in the season at least that would have been up there fighting closer to the top guys.
I think they would have secured second with how strong that car was early on. If they would have had then the other car coming in second or third, because Perez has probably been, and I rate Perez as a good driver, but he's been absolutely abysmal last year. For the car that he was in, to barely get second is ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's the Red Bull thing. It doesn't matter who you put in that other Red Bull car. The car's built so much up around Max's driving style that you need a driver that have the same driving style as Max to go drive it to the potential level. And I think that's the difficulty for Red Bull, finding a driver who can actually drive the car in the same way that Max does.
I think Danny Rick is probably the only person that really can, because Danny Rick has drove that car as loose as Max, in
I,
fairness.
I would also say that Danny Rick are probably, at least in the Red Bull program at the minute, of those that I have great knowledge about the driving styles, that he could
Yeah.
potentially go up there. I wouldn't take Yuki completely out of that picture, but the thing with Yuki is he just crashes the car too much.
Yeah. He's a great
It's
driver,
not
but
like
he's inconsistent.
it haven't been a lot the last year, but yeah, the consistency of his performances, they just haven't been there.
No.
And he wasn't really put against a challenge from his teammate until Daniel Ricciardo came in. And yeah, Daniel had that one good race in Mexico, of course, but besides that, then Yuki should have been dominating Danny throughout the rest of the season if he wanted that Red Bull seat, because he had the experience in the car, and he just didn't, at least to dominate him enough.
Yeah.
So Danny would be a choice for them, at least for that, if they really wanted it. But yeah, basically might be the only one on the entire Formula One grid at the minute that could.
Do you know what I'm thinking actually as well? And it might be something you might see. Do you remember what McLaren done in 1988? That in the last year the rule change, they threw loads of money at the MP44 and made it the most successful car, because everybody else was changing the, like, obviously putting their budgets to the 1989 car at the time, changing back from the normally aspirated with the different dimensions. Do you reckon you'd have the likes of Aston Martin, McLaren, or someone trying that again in 2025? With the last year of the current regs. Obviously Red Bull will stop developing and stop putting money in soon enough and start really focusing on the 2026.
I hope someone will, and I think it would be. Now we mentioned McLaren specific, but I think McLaren and maybe Aston Alpine I could also see trying it, but I just don't think that Alpine have a good enough base product to attempt it. But I could see that both McLaren and Aston would try, maybe even Mercedes as well. I don't think Ferrari they would. I think they're too arrogant about it, and they'll just keep normal business as usual, sort of say, which is unfortunate. But that's the same. That's what Red Bull did with when they gave Max the first highly controversial championship, of course. But that's where Mercedes, they were start focusing on the next rule sets, and then they caught up.
Yeah, I think with that one, it's a
bit different, I know, because that Red Bull did catch up over a couple of seasons and got closer and closer, but definitely Mercedes, they had they thought that it was a slam dunk easy championship win once again, and they also had probably the best car, but it
was a Michael Massey. It was a Michael Massey thing. That one, yeah.
Yeah, but you can say a lot about that season. Hamilton that season also took out Verstappen at Silverstone, for example, and then they had their coming together where they both retired at Monza, and then you could throw about a what if situations. The fact is the racing was close enough in the final.
It was.
The points was close enough in the finals race that you need things to go your way, and things just didn't go Mercedes' way. Very unfortunate.
Well, both drivers, whoever was going to win, both of them deserved it. Either way, they both drove absolutely out of their skin.
Most definitely, absolutely.
That's one thing.
But the thing is, we're all giving Michael Massey a lot of crap about what he did there, and I also don't think that it was the right decision per se. But he was put under a ton of pressure to make a decision right here and right now.
But if that was Charlie White, and the right thing would have happened there. I do not. You can't say that. That's the job.
If Charlie White was there, then obviously yes, the right thing would have happened because he had so much experience. But Massey just didn't. He hadn't. He was not experienced enough to have to call that decision in that moment.
But it's up to you to hold the racing the way it should be. Either way, anyway, like that's an argument we could have, and probably we'd be looking at it 100 times and we'll probably never agree, because you can be looking at it a million different ways. But yes, it's a shitty job, but that's the job. That's just how it is.
The job done was let all the back markers through and then have them go racing, but then it would just have been probably the same result at the end.
Well, they wouldn't have been, because if they let the back markers by before they get far enough to go, there wasn't enough laps for that to happen. So that's why they were nearly not doing it. And then for whatever reason, he let 5 of them go just to make it artificial race. Because if he let
they could have let them through.
Oh, P2's after dropping it.
Triple Eight is off with not long to go in the race. Yes, that is P2. Will Ryan Sullivan go by? Did we see that red or orange Ferrari? I actually think we did see him go through.
No, he's 47-ish seconds off.
Oh, we didn't. I just thought I saw an orange car go through. But no, but they did have enough time to get that sorted before. They just had to drag it out to the very fucking last moment for unknown reasons.
So now Chris can kind of relax a little bit.
I just think that if he starts relaxing too much, then we'll see him start making the mistakes, and that's the thing when you're in that situation. When you
Yeah.
think something is secure and hooked down, then you might start taking a little bit easy and stuff like that. But that's when you start making the mistakes, because you'll do things different than what you've been doing all race. Just keep pushing.
No, exactly.
Keep pushing. We have seen that in the past in Formula 1 races as well, where drivers have had big leads and then they start thinking about something else when they drive. Even in sim racing, we see that a lot in sim racing, that people with the leads that are not used to being in the leads.
Oh, Jess, just after dropping it. That's Dominic through into P4.
Dominic up into P4, yes. Good spot there, Mooney. Good spot.
Ooh. Yeah.
And I know that Dominic took tires last time out. I'm not sure if Sullivan did the same. At least Sullivan, he is how long before he
Sullivan
pitted the
definitely
last
done.
time?
Yeah, so they both had the exact same time stop last stop.
Yeah, okay, then they both definitely took tires.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting year. I think we should do a little podcast on the upcoming season, because there's so much we can discuss on that.
Oh yes. And just have some motorsport manager running in the background, because we can't show the official licensed cars, so we'll just show the official licensed cars from a game and say it was a gaming channel thing.
No, you're allowed to show the pictures of the cars on YouTube.
I know.
I'll have to have you on a camera as well.
Well, I'll just use my phone, put it up somewhere. You've seen that thing that Sarai uses when they broadcast the endurance bits after. Yeah, I can just put the camera up.
Yeah, I'll do it through. I'll tell you how I do it after.
I'll rearrange my gaming room a little bit, so I'll sit in a sort of angled way, so you can still see the PC and all the flags in the background, just to make it look more pro.
You are a pro.
Oh, definitely.
I'll be wearing my Supercharged stuff. I bought the team shirt and that. It should be hopefully here with me this week. Got myself a lovely new cup as well.
Why you need a new cup? Did you break your old one?
No, I just like having cups.
I just have one cup that I use for all my drinking.
Well, I use my my brother got me one from like my niece, but it's like a super large cup. So for my coffees, that's amazing, because I like a good coffee.
Oh, me too.
But,
I just like any coffee, basically. Don't have to be good.
once it gives you caffeine.
Yeah.
But,
That's the thing, you know. People, they're willing to pay tons and tons of money for coffee at a coffee shop. But that coffee won't keep you awake. What you need to do is get on a train and buy a cup of coffee there, because you know it's been sitting on the coffee stove there for at least 3 days, just simmering.
Oh, yeah.
It will be the darkest coffee that you have ever had, and you will stay awake for days after.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I do like a good coffee. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you would be a very good Dane. Good coffee and a lot of drinking.
Do you know where I find is the best coffee? It's France. They make amazing espressos. And it's like proper strong as well.
I'll just drink it. I don't care where it comes from or how it tastes.
Oh
honestly.
no, I don't know what the beans are ever that they use, but they always make an amazing espresso. Like, just always. I've never had a. Do you know the way sometimes you can have like a bit of a bad taste in a coffee, or you can have a bad coffee? I've not had one bad coffee in France.
Now, well, if you come visit, then I'll just put a drop in your arm, and you'll have the coffee drop. That works for me when I do endurance racing. No, I don't do that. Obviously, that'd be unsafe. Don't try that at home, kids.
Definitely not.
But try anything else we have said during the stream, no problem.
Pretty much. Which was like, yeah, when I go into Nordschleife, I'm going to be powered by Monster or Red Bull. That's going to be a long arse drive. It's like, for me, just to drive there, it's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's like.
But wouldn't you take the ferry to France from Dublin?
Yeah.
And then drive from wherever you land. Well, it's still a long drive actually up to Belgium from you will land what in
Right.
In Brittany, you wouldn't land in Calais. You'd probably land somewhere in Brittany if you did that.
So the Nordschleife is Nürburgring. Right, there we go. Nürburgring here. So I'm going to go directions, right, from where I live. Obviously, the boat part won't be included. Oh, okay. So driving there. So just in driving, you're talking at least 1,000 kilometers one way.
That's nothing.
Actually, no, it's more. Sorry, it's 1,200 kilometers because it's only about 100 kilometers from Ireland to England. Not even, actually, it's only 40 or 50 kilometers. So about, yeah, just say about 1,250 kilometers of a drive.
1,250. That's like 11 hours ish. Depending on the roads, of course. You're
Yeah.
not going on the autobahn for that long. Where does the ferry land exactly in France?
Cherbourg.
Cherbourg. Where the fuck is that?
Could be, actually, it's longer again. Let me do it this way. Yeah, because that didn't bring me the route that I'd be going. I'm just going to go Cherbourg to there, okay? Cher.
But where the fuck is Cherbourg in France?
In France. Here we go, right.
Where?
So from Cherbourg in France to the Nordschleife is 833 kilometers, 9 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not that bad. I got about 10 hours to Spa from where I live, and that'd be the same to the Nürburgring. It's only 100 kilometers difference between those two.
Yeah.
It's nothing, Mooney. It's nothing. Imagine if we had to meet up at Le Mans, then for me that would be like 16-hour drive to get there.
Jesus.
That's why
Yeah.
I think you should come to Spa and just fly to freaking Belgium, then I'll pick you up in Liège or Brussels or something. Or if it's cheaper to fly to the Netherlands or somewhere in Germany, even Denmark, do that.
Well, what's handy for me is, but on my way, so I know I'll be driving anyway, because on my way back then I can just cut off then, because when you're going back to Belgium, I can just drive up to Lille then, because my brother lives in Lille in France, so that's close to the Belgian border.
Yeah, but that's much more northwest of where the...
Yeah.
No, it's actually not that far from
It's
where
not
the
bad.
Nürburgring is, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. Because I know from Cherbourg to that house is 6 hours, so then it should only be about 3 and a bit hours then to Germany, to Nuremberg.
Yeah.
And the race is over, guys.
Congratulations to the winner, Chris Tedder. Of course, finally he managed to pull it together. That unlucky spin for the McLaren in second. Yeah, didn't matter too much as he continued it for Wilson there. Ryan O'Sullivan in third. Not a shabby performance from him either. Also a few issues, but that could be said for most of the drivers in this race. Dominic Geese, fourth position. Good recovery from him. Temperara, fifth. Mystery, whatever in sixth. Gary Smith in seventh position. Dan Poole, eighth.
No, it's Dan Poole. Gary's not in it.
Esposito, ninth. Patrick in 10 and rounds out the top 10, of course. The rest of the drivers, they doesn't matter that much as they didn't finish in the top 10.
Wow.
But Mooney can take over and mention all the names.
So that was good racing.
We don't know. We didn't watch.
It was good racing.
From time to time.
I remember there was a race going on, I swear. Yeah, thanks Oliver for joining in. We were actually more talking about everything else other than the race. Sorry, guys.
Anytime.
But yeah, so we're going to say goodbye for now on the stream. We'll see you Wednesday for the next race. John Dudley's making a return in a Nissan GTR, by the way.
Nice.
He's coming out of retirement, so he's coming back in. So we'll see you Wednesday for that. I'm afraid to give you the last word, but Oliver, do you have anything to say?
Absolutely not. Remember to vote at your local parliament elections.